They told you fear keeps you safe, that it protects you, that it warns you of danger. But here's the truth. Fear is not protection. Fear is a prison, and most people will die inside it. This is how you overcome the prison of fear. Fear keeps the herd in place. It's the invisible shepherd guiding the masses toward a life of mediocrity and silent regret. They fear rejection, so they swallow their words and stay silent, letting their best ideas die in the darkness of their own minds. They fear failure, so they never try anything new, never launch the business, never ask for the promotion, never risk stepping outside the shallow circle of what they already know. They fear judgment, so they hide their true selves behind a mask of conformity, desperately hoping to blend in, to be accepted, to not make waves. Entire lives are wasted, not because people lacked talent, creativity, or intelligence, but because they lacked the raw courage to break through fear's walls. Generations of potential are squandered, buried under the weight of what if. What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? What if I lose everything? This constant, nagging internal monologue ensures that the prison remains locked from the inside. The world is full of ghosts. People walking around with dead dreams, haunted by the specter of the person they could have become if only they had dared to confront the warden of their own mind. Fear doesn't just hold you back, it hollows you out, leaving an empty shell where a vibrant life was meant to be. Fear lies. It is the master manipulator, the ultimate con artist, whispering seductive promises of security in your ear. It whispers, "Stay where it's safe." But safety is an illusion, a fragile mirage in the desert of reality. The job you cling to, the one you believe is your rock, can disappear overnight, made obsolete by a line of code or a shift in the market. The people you depend on, the ones you've outsourced your strength to, can betray you, leave you, or simply change, leaving you stranded and alone. The world you thought was solid, the society you trusted, the economy you believed in, can collapse in a second, shattering your carefully constructed reality into a million pieces. Fear convinces you to trade growth for comfort. It offers you a warm, predictable cage and tells you it's a home. But comfort is just a slow death, a gradual numbing of the soul. The cell looks warm, the routine is familiar, the chains feel light, but it's still a prison. True safety isn't found in avoiding risk. It's found in building the strength to handle it. True security is not the absence of threats, but the unwavering confidence in your ability to face them. By choosing the illusion of safety, you are choosing to become weak, fragile, and utterly dependent on circumstances you can never truly control. The price of this perceived safety is your freedom, your potential, and ultimately, your life. The ruthless don't try to kill fear. They understand that trying to eliminate a primal human instinct is a fool's errand, a battle you are destined to lose. Instead, they harness it. They use it. They turn it into fuel for the fire of their ambition. They see fear not as a stop sign, but as a compass, pointing directly toward the next challenge they must conquer, the next level they must reach. When they feel the cold grip of fear, they don't retreat. They lean in, knowing that on the other side of that feeling lies growth, power, and a greater version of themselves. Fear sharpens awareness. It heightens the senses, forces a state of hyper-focus that is impossible to achieve in a state of comfort. It focuses the mind on the task at hand with a life-or-death intensity. It shows you what matters most by revealing what you are most afraid to lose. The ruthless individual looks at this heightened state and sees a tool, a biological advantage to be exploited. Fear is not the enemy. Obedience to fear is. The moment you stop taking orders from that voice in your head, the moment you decide that you are the one in command, is the moment courage begins. It is the moment you transform from prey into predator. Every person who ever achieved greatness, every titan of industry, every groundbreaking artist, every world-changing leader, stood face to face with paralyzing fear. They felt the same sweaty palms, the same racing heart, the same knot in their stomach that you feel. The difference? They stepped forward anyway. They took the hit. They made the call. They walked onto the stage. They embraced the uncertainty when every instinct screamed at them to run and hide. Courage is not the absence of fear. That is a dangerous myth that keeps people paralyzed. waiting for a feeling of fearlessness that will never arrive. Courage is action in the presence of fear. It is feeling the terror and moving forward regardless. It is a conscious, deliberate choice to act on your values and goals rather than your emotions. The moment you act despite fear, you shatter the illusion of its power. You swing the hammer that breaks the bars of the prison. And once broken, once you have proven to yourself that fear's bark is worse than its bite, it loses its power. It may still whisper, but you will no longer listen. It may still be present, but it will no longer be in control. Imagine how different your life would be if you acted without fear's chains. If you spoke your mind when you had something to say, instead of biting your tongue to keep the peace. If you started the project you keep delaying, the one that truly excites you, but also terrifies you. If you walked away from the comfort that's killing you, the dead-end job, the toxic relationship, the numbing routine. Imagine the person you would become, the strength you would build, the respect you would command, both from others and from yourself. That life is not a fantasy. It is not reserved for a select few. It is already within reach, waiting for you to claim it. The door to the prison has been unlocked this entire time. It was never truly locked at all. The only thing keeping you inside is your own belief that you are trapped. You just have to find the will, the internal fortitude, to stand up and walk through it. The world outside the cage is unpredictable and challenging, but it is also where real life happens. It is where you find meaning, purpose, and genuine freedom. So here's your reality check. Fear will never vanish. It will whisper until your last breath, casting shadows of doubt and what-ifs. But you have a choice. Live and die as its prisoner, a forgotten name in the herd, or overcome it and claim your freedom, forging your own destiny. The herd stays caged, content with their illusions. The ruthless break out, embracing the glorious and terrible reality of life. If this message speaks to you, share it with someone who's still trapped, because freedom begins the moment you overcome the prison of fear.